What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Karate Kid Legends. I got the luxury to see this early. This is the sixth installment in the Karate Kid franchise. This also follows 6 seasons of Cobra Kai. And if you guys follow my channel, you know that I've been reviewing all the Karate Kid movies leading up to Karate Kid Legends. So here we are. After a family tragedy, Kung Fu prodigy Li Fong is uprooted from his home in Beijing and forced to move to New York City with his mother. When a new friend needs his help, Li enters a karate competition, but his skills alone aren't enough. Lee's kung fu teacher, Mr. Han, enlists original Karate Kid Daniel LaRusso for help, and Lee learns a new way to fight, merging their two styles into one for the ultimate martial arts showdown. So as I said, I reviewed all the Karate Kid movies leading up to Karate Kid Legends and the entirety of Cobra Kai. I binged all of Cobra Kai in essentially a week and a half. To prepare for Karate Kid Legends, I reviewed Cobra Kai, so I was really looking forward to Karate Kid Legends. And while the first half of this movie isn't necessarily anything groundbreaking or fantastic or anything, it did leave me intrigued. It does follow the Karate Kid movie formula a lot. It is very cliche in that regard. It is very formulaic in that regard. It's going to come across as very generic. Kid moves to new city. Kid gets bullied by a bully there, who happens to be his love interest's ex. There's a tournament. Instead of the All Valley, it's the five boroughs in this movie. He's got to be taught by somebody who used to teach karate. This case, LaRusso. So you have all of the things, all the entire formula that make Karate Kid, if you know what I mean. But there is a bit of intrigue here in the first half, because I do think that while it is formulaic and a bit generic in the first half, and it breezes over a couple of moments where they were trying to go for emotion and some thematic elements here and there. What left me intrigued was that the first half also introduces something fresh to the Karate Kid franchise. I was kind of perplexed on it at first as it was happening. It involves Joshua Jackson, Charlie Conway from the Mighty Ducks, the captain of the Mighty Ducks. In my head canon, I like to say the Mighty Ducks and Karate Kid are now part of the same universe, and that Charlie Conway just had a failed hockey career, so he went to boxing, and now he owns a pizza shop.
Pizza time.
It involves his character, and while I was kind of perplexed as to why boxing was part of the movie, I did like that aspect because it led to a different type of dynamic between Li Fong and Joshua Jackson's character Victor, in which Li Fong is the teacher, not the students. That felt like a fresh idea to me. That felt like it was a idea that was hammered out really well. It was fleshed out on the screen. It felt new. It didn't feel like it was copying the Karate Kid formula. I really like Ben Wang or Ben Wong. I don't know how you say his name. I'm going to go with Ben Wong a lot as the new Karate Kid. He brings a lot of charm. He brings a lot of physicality to the role. You could tell that he's doing a lot of his own stunts. This guy has got a massive career ahead of him, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And apparently what he does next is going to be the next Hunger Games movie, Sunrise on the Reaping. He just got cast in that, so he's already getting noticed for his talent, and he has a lot of it. I really did like his dynamic and his chemistry with Sadie Stanley, who plays his love interest Mia. I thought that there was something very tangible there. I bought it between them. Most of the first movie, despite being cliched and not fully working, works, even if it feels a little bit broken, because there's enough intrigue there and there's a fresh idea surrounding the character of Li Fong. But let me tell you this, the second half of the movie the entire movie completely falls off the rails in the second half. If you're coming here to watch Ralph Macchio as Daniel LaRusso, you're going to be massively disappointed. He shows up 2/3 of the way through this movie, which is only 94 minutes, by the way, with credits. That is excruciatingly short for a Karate Kid movie, where all the other Karate Kid movies have been 2 hours or bordered on 2 hours. The remake is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So this is very short for a Karate Kid movie. The runtime was concerning when I had heard about it at first. Obviously, runtime doesn't dictate the quality of a movie. It's what is in that movie. And if you can pull it off, if you can pull off everything in 90 minutes, then sure, it should work. And even if there were a couple of lags or a couple of things that weren't necessarily working in the first half, most of it was intriguing and it was working, even if it felt cliche for me, because it did feel like it was paced fairly well. Ralph Macchio is introduced. Jackie Chan comes back. From there on, the entire movie is rushed. It breezes over any thematic depth or any emotional depth that the movie previously had and completely washes over everything. Like, it feels like LaRusso doesn't even have a reason to be in this movie. To me, it felt like LaRusso being in this movie was a last minute addition. It was just like, oh, hey, Ralph, you got a couple days off from the Cobra Kai set? Can you come over and film some scenes for the new Karate Kid movie? And it feels like that's what it did. I am curious to know if there is an extended cut for this movie, because I had heard that the original cut was 2 hours, or at least just shy of 2 hours, and this movie definitely needed extra time. So you have something where LaRusso comes back and he has to teach the kid karate in 1 week. I'm not trying to be one of those people where it's like, that's insane. The kid can't learn karate in 1 week. I'm not trying to be one of those people. LaRusso even mentions something in the movie about how it's impossible to learn everything he knows in 1 week. And it's implied that maybe he just shows him a few moves, but his whole training is breezed over. This tournament, the Five Boroughs tournament at the end, is completely breezed over. It's like a montage of the rounds until you get to the final round. And even the final round for this Five Boroughs tournament isn't all that exciting. It felt like that could have had a lot more weight to it. The second half of this movie should have had more weight to it. It should have delved deeper into the characters, should have delved deeper into the emotional and thematic depth that I feel like the first half was breezing over, but not as much as the second half. It just feels like a rushed product in the end, which left me very, very disappointed with this Karate Kid movie, because what was the point of bringing Ralph Macchio back? What was the point of bringing Jackie Chan back? I think even Jackie Chan was wasted in this movie. I don't think he was in it all that much either. So if you're looking for Ralph Macchio to pop up, if you're looking for Jackie Chan to pop up, you're going to be massively disappointed, because the movie, of course, isn't about them. It's about the new Karate Kid movie, but they just feel like glorified cameos. It doesn't feel like they have all that much that's really pulling them here to be here, particularly Ralph Macchio as LaRusso. Didn't make any sense to me why he was in this movie, why he went to New York. He just pops up in New York after telling Mr. Han, I'm not coming. No reason, and he just somehow knows where they're training. It's things like that are rushed over, and it's bonding moments between Mr. Han and LaRusso, and moments between LaRusso and Li Fong that feel so brushed over and pushed to the side to try and get to the climax as quick as they can. It just feels too quick. The movie needed more time. And that way, Karate Kid Legends was a disappointment. Second half completely tanks the whole movie. First half has some of those problems and it follows a very formulaic structure, but I was slightly intrigued even when it wasn't dealing with the karate stuff and it was dealing with a completely other sport like boxing. I think Karate Kid Legends is enjoyable with stale popcorn. This one didn't really do it for me, honestly. I was about to give it half a bucket of popcorn. I slept on this. I was trying to really say that this movie was going to be better than it was, but when Ralph Macchio is heavily marketed in the movie and he's only got 10 minutes of screen time, 15 tops in a 94-minute movie, I walked away disappointed. And it felt like a glorified cameo, and it didn't feel like he needed to be in the movie. It just felt like a last-minute rewrite on a day off of Cobra Kai for him, where he was just like, I'll film a couple of scenes, I guess. I'm really curious to know if there's going to be an extended cut, because it definitely needed more time. And I think that you can tell where the trims happened with this movie. So, if you have seen Karate Kid Legends, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.